Morning. Anybody there? Yeah, so I've had a eventful and uneventful last 2 weeks. Been a very strange set of events. Anywho, today, I, well, yesterday I finally got the internet back in a stable enough condition to do anything. Previously, I was able to get like a minute of normal internet before it would then crash and not work anymore. And it looks like it's still acting up. Alright, there you go. It looks like it leveled out a bit. No, it didn't. That seems to have fixed it. Okay. Still a mess, but workable. That seems stable. That seems a stable internet connection. Okay. Hello. Long time no see. It's been quite a while. The internet is sort of working. It. So, a bit of a recap of what happened, and it just keeps going down. Might need to. Okay, so what happened is we are using an internet provider through a third party who uses AT&T. I think it's watching the internet here. This one's probably going to be up and down for a bit, but the short of it is we go through a intermediary to get AT&T service. They provide a option for a router box instead of a cell phone, and AT&T issued them to shift their equipment to new up-to-date standards. We're getting rid of 3G cell service and shifting to 4 and 5G service. So, as such, the company required us to install a new SIM card, and at that point, and they required us to do that at a specific date. They gave us like 5 days to do so. And so we did it, and then everything went to shit for like 25% of that company's customers. AT&T was flagging them for shit, or they weren't allowing them to connect. Yeah, the stream's gonna be iffy, but it looks like I've got it stable, at least consistently inconsistent. So yeah, we were going at speeds of maximum 16 kilobytes per second for a download. Realistically, sitting more around 4 or 2. Thank you. And that was what happened there with the internet. It came back a couple days after the election, which also raises some flags for other reasons. And speaking of, there was the election. There still is the election. I know some of you are hey, I wanted to come back, but I just couldn't. There's also the election. I know some of you are not American, and this whole endeavor is probably really confusing. The short of it is there has been massive provable election fraud throughout the entire country. Um, and Joe Biden has declared himself victor without any official means of doing so, without verification of it. And Trump is trying to send a legal battle against most of the U.S. Against voter fraud, which is, oh God. This is, and it's down. Shit. This is gonna be crazy. Yeah, one of the other things we had to do for the internet, which is probably my belief why this is acting up right now, is we had two router units. One, our own personal one we got to try other means, and the one they provided us. We're using the one they provided us to try and I'm not sure this is gonna work. Of course I can't do that. Alright, so this is going to be a rough stream. I'm going to see if I can try and shift over to our second unit, which is better in like all regards. But it's not the official one, so you're trying to not get around some of that stuff. But anyway, the question was, how am I? I myself am doing okay. I actually had my 30th birthday the other day. It was the 28th, but that was also halfway through the internet outage, which was fun. Oh, also, yeah, I got some. Yeah, they're over there. Some gifts and such. I got a cooking set. I got a coloring book. I've got this stool I'm currently sitting on that my sister reupholstered, which is pretty cool. And this one even has a backrest, which is really nice. It is a bit taller than the last one I was using, so I've had to readjust the camera, and my keyboard is down to here, not here, and such. So it's different, and I'm also trying to get used to some of the stuff. But yeah. Oh yeah, I also had some like my I don't have any here anymore. I also got some cooking materials like noodles and such. Well, thank you. And they also gave me a bag of like Japanese Kit Kats. They went to town and dealt with some of that stuff and brought back some exotic goods, I guess, which I'm gonna work with. How are you doing that one of these days? Oh, right, that's why. Give me one moment. Yeah, it's having to reset some. Oh, some other stuff that happened because of well, partly because of the big old internet wipeout. I've been locked out of some of my user accounts. One of them being my Yahoo Mail account, which is really old. I got locked out of it, and the password I'm using isn't working, or it is, but then they're asking me to verify since it's been so long or something. And they have to send a confirmation to a phone number, which I don't have. And so the backup is to send it to an email account, which was my parents' one that they shut down. so I have no access to that email account anymore, which is loads of fun. But I figure it's actually time to get a new one anyway. That I've had that one for years. Now I can't even remember when I started. Maybe like 2007, I think is my earliest time I had that email. What was that? 13 years. I figured it's time for an update and such. Anyway, with that small bit of update for how things are going. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened. One of the other ones is I am leaving Radio Shack officially. I've talked to them about it, and it looks like my brother-in-law and his co-worker from Walmart are going to be replacing me, and I'm going to be training them in the coming weeks on how to fix phones and stuff. So that works out pretty good. It's and the hours work for my brother-in-law, because then our family car situation works out really simply, which is really nice, as opposed to him going in at like night, her going in the morning, and our schedule is all out of whack. So that all works out. Anywho, let's try and pick up where we left off here. I can't fully remember. Let's view the tips. Get a bit of a few new tips. There we are. Oh, that's a few of them. Okay, from the story, I can remember. I haven't touched it at all since last time. There's also that happened. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and figure out the way to make this work a little better. But here is the painting I finally did for the Halloween contest. Came out a lot better than I was expecting. I placed third in one of the categories. I'm running out of space to put things. Oh, yeah, trying to do stuff that, like I said, is a bit higher. A lot of stuff, but that was an absolute pain to try and get going. I had to do it by a deadline, and I had to use it with the internet we had, and it took like 10-15 minutes to upload a reduced image, reduced quality image, so I could put it through. Just a single image. Yeah, that sucked. But I did it. I got it. Placed third, so I'm okay with that. Anywho, the tips. The next one will be Beatrice, to fix her face. Still need to work on that, but I've been doing some other stuff. Wait, scrapbook. Well, it's not bad. Could have been better, but overall, it's not bad. So, yeah, thank you. I do like the gap pose. That's pretty cool, and it was interesting. Trying to mix ideas of Gap and the new character, trying to blend the two. It was kind of fascinating trying to figure out how to alter bits to make it fit right. Anyway, this one is Oyashiro-sama's Curse. Nope, wrong button. Been a while. In the ancient Onigafuchi village, the anchor of Oyashiro-sama, his curse, was feared above all. However, it is seldom stated anywhere what eventually happens and what sort of divine judgment curse befalls them when Oyashiro-sama is angry. From various reports, all hell will break loose. Demons will come flooding out. The miasma from hell will flood outwards and kill every villager, letting not a single one escape. The ones evoking images of the village being annihilated stand out the most. These terrifying ideas of divine punishment are in alignment with many other religious beliefs regarding the apocalypse, hell, and it's easy to imagine that they are just ways of convincing people to obey the teachings in order to prevent such an end. The conditions for inciting Oyashiro-sama's wrath are likely the same as the taboos in Onigafuchi village. I believe that when an act was performed that violates one of these taboos, Oyashiro-sama was termed angry, and in order to quell his anger, they would perform the aforementioned sacrificial ritual. Higurashi, when they cry. Welcome to Hinamizawa. But yeah, that's a really rough summary of what I've done for the past 2 weeks. It was... Oh yeah, I'm working at getting a new phone up and running, because my current one... Where did you get to? There it is. My current phone, one of these little flip phones, is no longer going to be supported, and I'm moving, so that's not a very good combination. So, I'm going to be working at that today to get a official one, an actual smartphone type one, all set up, which is going to be cool, I think. Yeah, and so that falls into the other aspect of, like, I've got account issues of my old one, so I need to make a new one. But to use this phone number, which I'm kind of getting rid of, to make a new account, just repeat the cycle. So I'm going to wait till I can get this new phone, new number, new things, and then attach things to that and see how it goes. Sorry. The human sacrifice ritual. Oh, that sounds fun. The sacrificial ritual was a simple drowning, involving plunging sacrifices into Onigafuchi swamp, which was considered hallowed. Of the rituals of Onigafuchi village, this one was unique in that the sacrifice would sink slowly over the long course of 3 days and 3 nights. I believe that it wasn't so much the killing of the sacrifice that was important, but rather the symbolism of them sinking as the submerging of Oyashiro-sama's anger. For that purpose, they must have had a passion for learning various methods for keeping the sacrifice from sinking too quickly, to force them to sink more slowly. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell from the records, those methods were not recorded. My thoughts are that they may have used logs or some similar material to create a raft, then set up a scaffold on there, hung the sacrifice up with ropes, and let them sink little by little over time into the swamp. However, if that were the case, it would not be strange if the ritual implements used for such a ceremony were honored as holy and enshrined somewhere. Oh, so we got execution device just sitting around somewhere. Higurashi, when they cry. Welcome to Hinamizawa. From the scrapbook 3. This is a scrapbook. Whose scrapbook? Implements used for the ritual. Ritual tools utilized for ancient religious ceremonies are commonly referred to as implements or ritual implements, and even now some of them are enshrined on the property of Furude Shrine and the 3 families. However, the identifiable tools are all decorative, and none appear to have been used in rituals governing the dark side of Onigafuchi village. As the Edo era came to a close and many traditional rituals were lost, were they lost as well? Or perhaps buried in the darkness? I don't believe so. Both the implements used on the night of the feast of Onigafuchi and those used during the sacrificial ceremony must still exist, enshrined away from the eyes of the masses. Without a doubt, they exist here, today, at this very moment, in Hinamizawa. Also, I'm nearly certain where they've been enshrined. What was once locked steadfastly has, for some reason, changed this year to a cheap-looking padlock. You may be able to do something about such a lock. However, it is not far from the assembly hall, nor is it even ever far from the presence of people. However, I will not give up. The night when it becomes a blind spot to every villager in Hinamizawa is coming soon. Soon it will be Watanagashi. Higurashi, when they cry. Welcome to Hinamizawa. Indeed, who was writing these? Would that be from the camera dude's girlfriend? What's her face? That would seem to imply, because that was a good deal of knowledge from there, and she's speaking as somewhat of as an outsider, looking in on it, planning to steal it. That could potentially make sense. Anyway, festivals around the corner. Rabble. Hey, are you worn out already? Tomorrow's a real thing. Miyu Takano. Alright. We're gonna be partying until morning. Until the very end of it all. You got it? You got it? I'll give it everything I've got. Alright then. Youth is the greatest. Good work, everyone. Tomorrow is Watanagashi's at last. Let's get some shut-eye in and save our energy for tomorrow night. Tomorrow was finally Watanagashi. Festivals are split into two groups, those who enjoy them, and those who support them. The former only need prepare their minds, but the latter needs not only that, but also painstakingly crafted plans and preliminary arrangements. Hello. Yes. While the general majority attending goes about enjoying the festival without a care in the world, will be strained the whole way through. Why? You sure as hell know why. Because the beer after everything's over is the best damn beer you'll ever have. At times like these, it's best to have energetic, physically fit people. It wouldn't be worth it if you didn't do your best until the end, enjoying it the whole way. Oh, he's here? Oishi-san came in. Everyone hurried to stand up. Hello, everyone. Excellent work out there. You can be at ease. Thank you, sir. Not even my seniors, who usually talk big about themselves, can hold a candle to Oishi-san. We all bow as if we were one of those cheering squads of old. It's a different take, which I find fascinating. So far, just flat out, I believe Umineko is much more well polished. Better artwork, some sound design, stuff like that. Just things like that. Umineko is better on a technical level. One of the other things is Umineko is heavily anchored in the magic, and forcing the reader, me, to view the magic as real. This one less so. This one is more oriented to it is the people, but they're acting weird and figuring it out how. Yeah, Umineko also had like a whole 4 other chapters of magic and witches and a hell of a lot of things. So much so I've probably forgotten a lot of it. Yeah, and I can definitely tell about that. But when you say better, that's a leading word. I guess I agree more with Higurashi as a vibe, is how it feels. than Umineko, but I do appreciate Umineko. It's they're different stories. It's like apples and oranges, but they're how do I put this? It's I can't quite compare them other than on a technical level so far. One of the other ones is Umineko was significantly more challenging. This one I can at least so far I can pick out certain things. Umineko I was guessing and questioning everything. Here I can at least pick out a couple things and try like the whole Mion Shion thing. It was a believable possibility and a logistical option, not magic. So there's a chance to figure it out for me. But you can't quite compare them. They're similar enough, but different enough. It's weird. I haven't seen the best of what it has to offer yet. Well, we're only on chapter 2, so. Why are you doing that? Stop it. Why are you doing that? Alright. Okay, so let's end with the internet thing and some more grounds. I've got some bugs to sort out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I don't quite know where it's going to go, but the vibe I'm getting is each of the main girls will get a chapter. Rena, Mion, the two little munchkins, just I think they'll each get their own story, their own main chapter. That still leaves 6 other chapters to go through, and yeah, that's gonna be different. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to compare them, and it's still a long ways to go. The other aspect being it's Umineko was heavily entrenched in the witch's epitaph, and this one is just Oishiro-sama's curse. And so this is, I think you said before, a lot more free range. They don't have to follow the strict guideline of things, which makes it more open, of sorts. I don't know. It'll be interesting, I think. Anyway, back to the story for now, before we get too sidetracked. Kuroda Oishi, a detective just waiting to retire, one who doesn't pay much mind to rules and regulations, and doesn't do too much in the way of real work. He looks like a rotten old man with a penchant for dirty jokes. Oh, that's Battler. My seniors, though, tell me he was a real fighter in his younger days, and that may or may not have quite a heroic legend trailing behind him. Anyway, he surely had much more dignity and presence in the room than the section chief who came in with him. Hi everyone, I really thank you for your hard work on the preparations for the festival tomorrow. Well, there is one other thing I can say, I guess, for one of the comparisons between the two. This one has more diversity in the outfits for dudes. Like, he's still wearing his suit, but he's got like suspenders, his undershirt, and it's not red suit, green suit, white suit, black suit, and butler attire. There's at least some variance there, but technically it's just him and his subordinates. And I guess Keiichi is a bit different too, because he's just a kid, just casual wear, as opposed to, again, more suits. So I can't blame them. Guy fashion is actually not that versatile, especially if you're trying to keep it realistic. Everyone present stands upright and lends their ears to the chief's directions. We're on heavy alert for any thrill-seeking criminals expecting another incident like last year. I need all of you to focus your energy as much as possible in your mission to prevent any crimes from happening. Yes, sir. Of course, it would be best if nothing happened. However, everyone, please assume that an incident will, in fact, occur. Prevention is number one, but it probably won't be enough. This year, too, someone will die, and someone will disappear. There's really no doubt about it. Everyone, apart from the section chief, smiled painfully. Shi-san, that won't do. We need to be more serious about this. The important part isn't to get past the night of the festival. It's to be able to quickly, swiftly, and aggressively pursue whatever does happen tomorrow night. I won't tolerate anything less than your best. Clench those cheeks. We're gonna rip all the skin off the ghost of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Higurashi, when they cry. Welcome to Hinamizawa. And this little note did remind me of where we left off. We went to help out with the setup of the festival with Mion, or at least that was the plan. Sorts ended up helping some other people set up tents and such. Then got distracted by cameraman and Mrs. Takano, or Miss Mio, whichever one it is for Japanese names again. And they talked about the curse before the festival, which was an interesting development. And we kind of just snubbed Mion, not entirely intentionally, but it is what happened. At least I really don't like how Mion is being treated in this chapter. It's very conflicting. Anyway, we'll see where we get off. I really meant to say things differently. I really didn't want to feel this way. Miscommunication drove in the wedge. Those stuck in apprehension, driven to fear. Nobody can stop it now, as cold, hard emotion claws deeply and cruelly at my bared heart. Ch.2? Watanagashi. At that time, why did I whispered in remorse. But now, those words simply rang hollow. It's been a while. I know that's one of the girls. I can't place which one it is. Rika? No. It sounded like one of the younger ones. Huh? It's Ch.2. Good morning, good morning. Rena was ecstatically waving her arms at me, already brimming with energy. What do you mean, good morning? It's already evening. Just say hello or something. But this is the first time I've seen you today. So think good morning is right. That's right. Good morning, folks. I got it. Okay, then good morning it is. Good morning, Rena. I grabbed Rena's head and rubbed it with my hand. She squirmed, reveling in the motion like a cat. That'd be actually a fit analogy for her. Hey, Kate-chan. Sorry about yesterday. I left without telling you. No, it's my fault. Sorry for making you wait so long. Are you talking about setting up the festival yesterday? How was it, Keiichi-gun? Did you do your job properly? The slight muscle pain throughout my body and my sluggish movements were already obvious. I did great. I'm pretty worn out now, though. I grin dryly, and the three of us break out into a laughter. Where are Satoko and Rika-chan? Are we meeting up with them at the festival? Yep. Rika-chan's actually been there since yesterday because she has such an important job. I think Satoko-chan stayed with her, so they're already at the shrine. Right. I just remembered. Today was Rika-chan's big performance. She'd been practicing especially hard for this day. As her friend, I needed to make sure I went and cheered her on. Alright, let's go right away. Yeah. Oh yeah, one of the other things. One of the things I did, since I had a lot of free time and no internet to mess with things, I was looking at updating some of the UI I've got around my screen. And one of the things I wanted to try and do was incorporate Higurashi in a bit. I've got the Chapter 1 sprites on file that I can mess with. And looking through it, I found the original sprites, and Mion actually has a shoulder harness for a pistol, which was kind of fascinating. They don't have that here. I don't quite know why. It was just... And the old artwork has a charm to it. It's not bad artwork. It could be better, but it's very unique and very original. It's kind of neat. I still prefer this style, especially for a serious tone, but the old stuff does have a charm to it that exists. But yeah, she had a shoulder holster, that's the word for it, which was, and I only looked at Chapter 1 sprites and such. I was also looking at introducing some sound effects, like when Rena says Usoda, that big old lie scream. That's things to try and incorporate into the stream, like sound buttons for bits or something like that. But that also has all the sound files of every word ever said, so that's kind of hard to go through. I found some, but not quite the best quality. Still more stuff to work through, and if you got any suggestions on like buttons to push, or maybe like Beatrice's laugh, something like that, to just like toss in a bit and make that chuckle on stream, stuff like that, let me know and I'll try and see if I can find it. Or hell, if you find one yourself, just point it to me and I'll see what I can do. As we got closer to the shrine, we started passing by more people and seeing a lot of parked cars. It began to get noisier too. I thought I could hear something like a Bond dance song. Without being able to restrain my impatience, I dashed up the entire flight of stone stairs. Keiichi-kun, you're going too fast. Wait for me. And Kei-chan, you're such a little kid. Why not? You grow old, it doesn't mean you have to grow up. Oh, the shrine grounds. They were packed with people. It was a festival if I ever saw one. One of the other things I noticed was the original background art in the game was all like photographs, fuzzy photograph type thing, which is kind of neat. And they redid all of it, which is why this looks so real and like lived in type stuff, because it was. Oh, wow, they went all out this year too. Amazing, amazing. They're coming from Hinamizawa. The old man from the Kimiyoshi branch family is here too. He'd been struggling with health issues since Watanagashi last year, but it looks like he got better. Yeah, there were a lot of villagers here that I didn't really know. They must have all been pouring in just for today. Oh, it's Satoko-chan. Hey. No, if it isn't everyone. Yes, hello to you all. Yo, Satoko. There's a lot of people today. Did you get lost in the... Don't get lost in the crowd, okay? What the hell? Stop it. Give me one moment. I've got a thing ringing in the background here. Maybe that'll help out the stream a bit. I don't know. Anyway. Don't get lost in the crowd, okay? Who do you even think you're talking to? Satoko, too, seems somehow energetic. Of course, I'm the same way. That's how you do it when you're on your own. I've done some of that stuff myself. I technically have made my own game. And yeah, if you need to make artwork on a shoestring budget, or no budget at all, you do it yourself. Find music, stuff you found online. So, it's pretty impressive. But yeah, it's... Yeah, I can understand the artwork. Coding the game. Yeah, that's... Yeah, coding and story is something anybody can technically do on their own. Not to discredit any of that stuff, but that is a base core thing that is required for any story, whatnot, to game to come out. Artwork is a in most cases, it's artwork is not the main forte of the person making the story. I've seen that happen a few times too. But yeah, being able to get other people to help out with the art, it's impressive shit. And I see some of the being able to make your own thing and just, I made it, here you go, and then people like it and then help you improve it, is a really cool thing to watch and see happen. I didn't actually see this happen, but I can see the events of it. How, yeah, just think about that for a moment. This dude from the story made this all himself, and he now currently has an anime for it because he did this on his own and then pushed for it, which is pretty impressive. Anyway, back to the story. Huh? Where's Rika-chan? She still has free time, doesn't she? Rika was giving her respects to the mayor and the other important people. She shall come before long. I see. Rika-chan is the shrine maiden for today's festival, after all. It's probably a pain for her to say hello to all the elders. It really is a pain. They can read the text box. I'll bet $1 that they can read the text box. It really is a pain. Hello, everyone. Rika-chan! I want to take you home. Rika-chan wore an immaculate shrine maiden outfit that looked fresh off the shelves. It was a perfect fit for her somehow mystical appearance. How does it fit? It's not too long, is it? My grandma gave me some safety pins just in case the sleeves are too long. It's alright. It really is comfortable. As she spoke, she began to do some twists and stretches. It's great, it's great, it's so cute. Oh. That was one of the other ones I tried to find. Her saying just cute. And like, searching through the audio files, they're sorted by folder 00, 01, 02, 03, 04, whatever. Each one for each person. And then it's just random numbers for the entire amount of audio files. It's all numerical, but there's no text for it. It's just a number. And there's hundreds of them. It was hard going through it, listening to it, and not trying to figure it out. Anyway. There was approximately one person here getting a nosebleed from watching Rika-chan move. Keiichi-kun, don't you think she's cute? Don't you? If you don't, then she'll be all mine, and I'll take her home with me. I think she's really cute. Totally cool. Enough that I want to pretend to be her big brother or dad and take pictures with her. If we take a picture from 2 different places and make it stereoscopic, we can eat, or rather stare at a real-life Rika-chan at our houses whenever we want. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic. Rena's eyes and mine glittered with stars as our noses bled and we drooled. Rika, you'd best stay away from them. Yes, or I might get locked away in a basement somewhere. You look like you're enjoying it though, Rika-chan. Me, you're being harsh. We all laughed together again. One of the things, the difference between Higurashi and Umineko, Higurashi is a bit more down to earth, and not quite as large of a story so far. Anyway, I can't say for anything in the future, but Umineko was a larger than life story. Everything was a big deal, spanning hundreds of years. Well, spanning years from the war, the hidden mansion, Beatrice's history, all the demon wars, Burn Castle, all that, like, just everything was big. And here we have just small little kids at school. It's a much smaller story in scale, anyway, so far. Okay, let's not hang around here. Let's get to the festival. There's not much time left until Rika-chan's big debut. Alright, let's go, everyone. No. Nothing good can happen with this. When this music plays, nothing good happens. Yo, if it isn't the daughter of Sonozaki. Yep, the yakisoba's packed full of pork. This year we filled it with as much as we could. We even put in fried calamari. Gotcha, old timer. The yakisoba this year looks quite an achievement. You're squid too. You put a ton of time into this, didn't you? Wow, it's tasty. It's tasty. Yeah, the squid is delicious, but the aroma is just fantastic. It wonderfully compensates for how soft it tends to be. There's a delightful amount of squid and pork in it, too. Yep, not bad at all, I say. Hey, Chan, you sound like you'd walk into a cooking program and become the host. Yeah. When I see Keiichi-kun acting like it's so good, it somehow tastes even better. I don't discriminate against delicious food. The only thing that I say is tasting has got to be worth trying out, right? Then, Keiichi, please give us your opinion of this yakisoba again. I'll do it in 2 words. Absolutely scrumptious. If I had a second stomach, I'd buy another one right now. Having heard my 3-star rating, a whole line of people suddenly formed in front of the yakisoba stand. Oh, that's amazing. Kei-chan said it was so good that a little crowd started for him. Not bad. There's nothing to brag about, but I still decide to stick out my chest and put on airs. Oh, is that so? Then perhaps I shall try it out. Mister, could I perchance bother you for one takoyaki? Satoko bought a stick of takoyaki balls, fried octopus, from the adjacent stand, and after blowing on it, put one of them into her mouth. How is it, Satoko-chan? If you give it a good rating, then Renan will buy it too. Jump, jump, chew, chew, gulp. Split, splurp, splash. Now it's time for Hinamizawa's very own food critic, Judge Satoko Hojo, to give her impressions. Though she was all for it a moment ago, Satoko hesitated to give her thoughts. Hey now, what's the matter? Everyone else takes one of their own and puts it into their mouths. Huh? I got gypped. Mine's bad too. There's no octopus in it. This takoyaki vendor. Could this be some sort of summer festival only octopus-free takoyaki stand? An evil takoyaki stand that skimped on the octopus because they figured it would make them good money today. Mine has some. Yeah, it's pretty good, considering there's octopus in it. How am I supposed to explain that this octopus-free takoyaki is any good? Everyone wondered about that. Our quizzical looks seemed to be drawing equally dubious stares from the people in line. How about this? Takoyaki without any octopus is really healthy. Even people who don't like octopus can eat this delicious takoyaki. After hearing that, several surprised guests left the line. It had the exact opposite effect, because, yeah. Alright, then I'll give it a try next. A self-inspired take on takoyaki, in which you can clearly taste the simple flavors of the flour, green onions, and pickled ginger. The unaffected taste is bolstered by the absence of octopus. It wasn't half bad, but after hearing the "there's no octopus in it" clause, even more people left the line. Rika-chan, any good comments? You can be honest. 400 yen is too much for this. That was too honest. Even more customers leave the line, dealing a lethal blow. There were other takoyaki stands around, after all. Well, I mean, we might not want to be doing this. Hey, Satoko, you started all this, so give us a great big turnaround. I can't do it. How do you expect me to lavish praise upon takoyaki without any octopus in it? You idiot. Satoko's angry outburst was the finishing blow. The customers are all gone. Huh? The guy is staring at us. Why is that? Why is that? No. There's no saving this crowd. Perhaps I, Keiichi Maebara-sama, will lend a generous hand. Keiichi-kun, you can do it. We want you to save the takoyaki vendor who didn't put any octopus in. Don't smile as you say something so bitter. Alright, fine. This may be the only chance you'll get to see a pro at work, so watch carefully. I shoved the stick into an octopus-less takoyaki and crammed it into my mouth. As before, there wasn't any octopus in it, but Mion's had some in it. That was the important point. The man who runs his takoyaki stand, he truly loves takoyaki, in every meaning of the word. No, it could even be said that he adores it. Everyone gasped in surprise, even the old man, including the takoyaki vendor glaring at us. This man truly does love takoyaki. And because he loves it, he doesn't want to create half-hearted random ones. Isn't that right? The takoyaki vendor looked down, unsure. Those watching were listening intently, wanting to know why octopus-less takoyaki deserves such a high rating. Keiichi-san, if he really and truly loved takoyaki that much, why did he make takoyaki without octopus at all? Is he not betraying that very takoyaki? You may be right. In one sense, it is a betrayal. However, it's the best possible compromise this man could find. This man is making real takoyaki today, as he always does. However, only one or two of them on each stick are the real ones. Well, you're right. The one I ate had octopus in it. And considering it did actually have it, it didn't taste bad at all, you know? Right. That was a bona fide takoyaki. And as for the other ones, it was the biggest compromise he could make against the biases of the general populace, who all think that there need to be 8 pieces on the stick, or else it's not real takoyaki. Huh? Keiichi-kun, I don't understand what you mean. Why is one of them the real thing and all the other ones are fakes? Why? The secret lies in the octopus. Mister, this octopus, it's true Akashi octopus, isn't it? In recent years, the number of octopuses caught in Akashi has decreased, and their prices have risen drastically. The prices are now so high that you won't think of using them in takoyaki. Then the man, who had been looking down this whole time, mumbled. "Yeah, that's right. Akashi octopus. It's very expensive." But this man had absolutely had to have the Akashi octopus. He could have bought much worse quality octopus for cheaper, as much as he wanted, and he would still have been able to fool everyone. There are plenty of other scamming takoyaki vendors who claim theirs are from Akashi, even though they are not. But this man wouldn't accept it. He wouldn't tell lies. Akashi octopus are supreme. He would never relinquish this one stubborn conviction. This man loved takoyaki. That's why he never lied. Yet, there was one point that he absolutely had to compromise on. What might that be? The number. The popular opinion is that a stick of takoyaki should have 8 pieces on it. Even if it's real Akashi octopus, he couldn't charge 400 yen for just 1 piece, could he? If he didn't have 8 pieces, nobody would buy them. This man wept over it. In order to make just 1 true piece of takoyaki, he wouldn't ever let himself lie through the other 7. Oh. The octopus-free takoyaki vendor burst into tears. I gently clapped one of his shoulders. No matter what anyone else says, I'll never forget how genuine you are. You, sir, are a true vendor of takoyaki. You are the only one in the world with the right to call himself that. Clap, 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 clap. As I embraced the shoulder of this man, shedding his manly tears, those watching delivered a round of applause, moved by my speech. Everyone, I beg of you, please, eat some of this true takoyaki vendor's takoyaki. If we don't treasure genuine men like this, then how can we protect the true path of the takoyaki? If nobody else will eat them, then I'll eat them all! Everyone watching is lining up. Keiichi-kun, you did it! You did it! I think it's more they thought Kei-chan's propaganda speech was interesting, rather than the takoyaki actually looked good. Kei-chan, you could probably sell plain old rocks if you tried. With an art like that, possibly. You would do well at production demonstrations in the supermarket. I suspect he would be good at selling off suspicious wonder knives. Absolutely stunned at my successful pitch, the guy manning the stall next to this one called out to me. Hey, you guys, do that for my sweets too! Great, you don't get the gist of it, right? It's your turn this time, Rena. This'll be a disaster. I'll do my best. How? When apricot sweets are cold, they're very, very good. The apricot is sitting so quietly and nicely on top of the syrup. Oh, it's so cute. I want to take it home. It looks like she lost herself from this midway through. But a girl giving it such natural praise was itself bringing in some customers. Internet's still acting up. A line was quickly forming behind Rena. Next up is the Okonomiya stand. Sadoko, you're up. Well... The crunch of the fried tempura batter mixed with yakisoba is simply to die for. The huge piece of bacon laid on top, you bite into it, it all comes flooding out. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Yeah, it's freaking great. Now I want to try some too. Then a huge line formed at my words. What on earth is this? So basically, all these onlookers are just following us around to all the stands. When people hear about food from others and then try it for themselves, it tastes a lot better than it normally would. So that's it. Even Rika-chan was gorging herself on the food, getting sauce on the bib she put on to prevent her shrine maiden outfit from getting dirty. Of course she would. Nice. The older guys are getting into it too. Okay, Keita, which one should I do? Yep. Right. Mion, you go to stand next to that. Show them the depths of your power. Huh? But Kei-chan, the stall next to that is... Oops. A goldfish scooping stand. A bit out of our element. No, as club president, I won't flee no matter who or what my opponent is. Let's get started. I look forward to a splendid performance, Mion-san. The onlookers were also watching Mion with hopeful eyes. Welcome, welcome. Here's your net and bowl. Okay, here we go. The goldfish are energetic today. They really do look delicious. Small things like these, you could crunch them down whole. Mutter? Mion-san, what in the world are you saying? Mi-chan, did you eat them? Did you eat the one Rena got last year too? No, I didn't say anything like that. Mion's face went red and she shook it vehemently in denial. Well, I mean, you just said so yourself that they really look delicious. Yes, you did indeed say so. My sister is omnivorous. She eats anything that can go into her mouth. If they taste good, then maybe I'll try one next time. No, Riki-chan, don't. You'll get sick. Wait a second. Hey, what the hell? Shion, how long have you been here? Hey, Kei-chan, Mion, everyone. Good evening. Where'd you come from, Shion? I've been here since the bit with the yakisoba. You were also loud that I found you right away. Jeez. You've got nothing to do with this, do you? Go somewhere else already. Jeez, Mion. Don't treat me so cruelly. Right, Kei-chan? You're okay with me being here, right? She asked, grabbing my arm and pushing her chest into it. Bounce. Keiichi-kun, your nose is bleeding. When you squish a jelly donut, the jelly comes out, right? It's the same. This isn't something I have any control over. Is that right? Then will more come out if I squeeze harder. Hey, squeeze. Shion's, her cleavage, it's right up against my chest. Drip. Shion, what the heck are you trying to do? How vulgar. I seem to have misjudged you. That looks fun. I'll try it too. Riki-chan clasps onto my other arm too. Rub. A plentiful, plump feeling on my left shoulder, and the sour sensation of a young, unripe fruit on my right. Oh. Boom, boom, bang. Shion, Riki-chan, and I, our faces now bruised, fell to the ground, limbs sprawled. Nice job, Rena. Everyone's so dirty. Oh. Rena punched me. It really hurts. Rika, you get what you deserve. Sheesh. Now that Shion was here, the energy around us has increased by 120%. Your friends are so much fun, Mion. I never got bored of them. Right. If you weren't here, it would be way more fun, you know? I want to stay with you all, but if I continue seducing Kei-chan, my sister looks like she's literally going to bite my head off. So I'll retreat for now. I'll be back. See you, Mion. Don't be back. Get the salt! Someone get the salt! After teasing her older sister so much, Shion ran away into the crowd of people and disappeared. I feel that I have borne witness to a rare sight of Mion-san. When Mi-chan is with Shi-chan, she looks kinda cute. Rena smiled happily, earning her a whack on the head from Mion. Don't say dumb stuff. Let's get to the next stand already. We went about just like that, really noisy and lively to the other stands. We were paying money towards the beginning, but midway through, the guys running the shops thought we were just too funny, and we ended up being able to fool around without paying much more. So that was a scam. Free shit. Thump. The vigorous sound of a big taiko drum echoed through the air. But see, like I said, whenever that music plays, something bad is bound to happen. And look, Shion entered the fray. Rika, it looks like it's time. Yep, looks like it. Right, just about time for Rika-chan to appear in the offertory dance. I'm a little nervous. Believe in yourself. All of your sweat will definitely amount to something, Rika-chan. Mion slapped hard on Rika-chan's back. That's right. You'll do fantastic, Rika. I'll do my best. Yeah, that's the spirit. I ball my hand into a fist and raise it into the air. We're rooting for you, Rika-chan. Go for it, yay! Remember? Go for it, yay! Rika-chan gave the best smile I'd ever seen, then pivoted on her heel and ran off. Okay, we should get going too. Alright, let's go cheer her on. You mustn't. You must keep silent during her performance. I got it. Jeez, I rubbed a hand through her hair. She was worried about her good friend up to the end. Then we better hurry. All the good spots will be taken. Come on. Mion ran off and everyone else followed a moment later. A large amount of people had already clustered into the tight space to watch the edifying dance. Wow, this is a lot of people. I turned around to look at everyone else, but nobody was there. Where did everyone go? They probably got lost among all these people. Finally, I spotted the back of Mion's head on the other side of the crowd. It definitely doesn't look like I can get over there. Well, we got separated. No big deal. We can just meet back up when Rika-chan's dance is over. I gave up on finding the others and wandered around, trying to look for a place where I'd be able to see better. It didn't take long for me to realize I'd have to settle for watching between the heads of people in front of me, though. That's the most annoying thing. Having to, like, look between people's heads is frustrating. I had to do that while recording once, and it was not fun. Thump. Once again, an even louder taiko drum resounded. This one was to announce the beginning of the dance. I couldn't see very well, but it seemed like Rika-chan had come on stage with the elders, who were in priestly garb. I heard low exhalations of admiration and the seniors rubbing stuff. Everyone's heads were in the way and I couldn't see. It was really frustrating. We should have cut playtime short and come here to get a good spots earlier. After Rika-chan intoned the prayer, she took the festival hoe and walked to the pile of quilts stacked on the altar. That's right. The point of the ceremony was to purify bedding and to hold a memorial service, wasn't it? Then, the solemn offertory dance began. She had practiced using a mochi pounding mallet. The awkwardly shaped festival hoe Rika-chan held seemed really heavy. Back and forth, up and down. It was doubtlessly difficult to even lift in the air, but she sweated and waved, raised and dropped it, again and again. She couldn't just deal with it and do it grudgingly. As the shrine maiden, she needed to retain the dignity and solemnity present at the festival. There must be a ton of pressure on Rika-chan's shoulder right now. Damn, why am I cheering her on from a place I can barely see her? I'm her friend, so I should be right up in the best spot rooting for her. Kei-chan, over here. Someone tugged lightly on the back of my shirt collar. It was Shion. She beckoned me outside the crowded ring of people. She had a mischievous grin on her face, and I took it as her saying she knew a good place nobody else knew of. Shion, what's up? Just be quiet and come with me. After she told me so, she ran in a big detour around the throng. Man, it's great to have someone who knows the lay of the land here at times like this. Impressed though I was, I nearly lost sight of her right away. No more getting separated for me. I ran after her so that I wouldn't be left behind. As I wondered in anticipation what kind of secret spot Shion had in mind, we left the crowd of people and went around to the back of the shrine grounds. Hey, wait, where are we going? We're getting further and further away. Just stay quiet and follow me. You'll understand soon. Shion gave me a wink that reminded me of Mion as she said that. No sign of people, and not much moonlight. It was dark. We'd gotten pretty far away from the crowd of people in the shrine grounds. How are we supposed to see Rika-chan's dance from here? I see, there's some high spot around here, isn't there? Like a rooftop or somewhere we can look down at it, right? What? Why do we have to climb onto the roof? Well, how else are we supposed to see Rika-chan's dance? Did you really want to see Rika-chan's dance? Kei-chan, could it be that your strike zone is really low? I don't think we're understanding each other here. Weren't you going to show me somewhere I could see Rika-chan's dance from easily? What? Who made that promise? What's going on? Why me? Why do I always misunderstand Shion? Because you allow her to. Is it my fault? Am I just reading the whole thing, the wrong things into it? Then why did you call me all the way out here? With an expression that indicated she wasn't fooling around, Shion pressed her index finger to my lips and said slowly and quietly, "This place is a dark, dead, empty spot. You can't see it from the festival grounds, and now a male and female of the same age are all alone together." Eh? Could this be... Shion, she's not planning something crazy again, is she? Look over there. See? Shion whispered, pointing to the dark underbrush. And there we saw 2 figures, one male and one female. What's that? Is that... We're right at the scene of a rendezvous, of course. See? Look closely. Can you tell who they are? I peered intently into the dark at Shion's suggestion. Oh, it's Tomitaki-san and Takano-san. The 2 of them were clearly breathing quietly and glancing around to make sure nobody knew they were there, as they crouched before the entrance to a wooden storehouse-like building. Give me a moment. Wait, Shion, could this be what you wanted to show me? How can that be? Could this be what you wanted to show me? Kei-chan, you can see Rika-chama's dance any year, but you won't ever get another chance like this, okay? I had thought the Sonozaki sisters each had their own personalities, but at times like this, they seemed all too familiar. Similar. I'm going back. Don't call me for something like this again. If we move now, they'll see us. At her noisy argument, Takano-san suddenly turned around. Oh my! Who might that be? Alright. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go check on something. That didn't fix it. Oh well. Let's keep going. See where we can get to. Yeah. Oh my. Who might that be? We held our breaths and tried to wait it out, but it seemed like Takano-san was now acutely aware of our presence. Shion and I exchanged glances, then gave up and climbed out from behind the bush. Well, hello there. The moon sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? My. If isn't Shion-chan and my Barakun. Good evening. Yes, the moon certainly is pretty. What's this? Keiji-kun, you sure are smart. You know that? Having a secret date in a place like this? Then I guess we accidentally interrupted something important. You're the ones who are meeting up secretly. Tomitake-san and Takano-san laughed to themselves, and it got on my nerves for some reason. Wait, so you two weren't having a little rendezvous then? Well, of course we weren't. Though I don't dislike that kind of romance. Unfortunately, this wasn't the location of a rendezvous either of you would want to see. Sorry for not living up to your expectations. If this wasn't a rendezvous, then what were you doing? Tomitake-san, are you messing around with the padlock on the door just now? After she said that, I looked at the two of them again, and I definitely saw it. They were hunched in front of a warehouse door, fiddling with a pretty heavy-looking padlock. Yes, we've been found out, huh? We were trying to break into the warehouse. But don't tell anyone, okay? Don't tell anyone? Are you thieves or something? I demanded unthinkingly, just because of how absently Tomitaki-san was, grinning. Nah, never. Thieves are people who steal things, right? It's not like we were trying to take anything out of here. I see. Then why are you trying to unlock the door? This is the forbidden storehouse for ritual tools. They say only the Furude family and a mere handful of others are allowed in. Forbidden storehouse? I took a few steps back at that and looked on the entire warehouse. It certainly looked like one, built removed from any signs of people, almost as if in secret. It was filthy, revealing how little it was ever open. And it was built to be durable, giving it a strange, overpowering impression. Now that I looked at it more closely, it was certainly different than normal warehouses. This place, they're called ritual implements. Basically, this is a warehouse where they store such tools used in rituals. Well, more accurately, maybe it's a temple where the implements are enshrined. The ritual hoe Rika-chan is using for the offertory dance was inside here until today. Of course, if anyone but the Furude family enters, they bring impurity into it, so absolutely no one is allowed a single step inside it. It's a sanctuary. Shouldn't we absolutely not be coming to a place like this then? However, Takano was wearing a childlike expression, an innocent smile at best, and terribly cruel grin at worst. I told you I was researching Hinamizawa folktales and legends out of an interest in them, didn't I? A lot of the answers to questions I'm curious about are hidden away inside here. I've waited all this time until today for this chance. A chance. Everybody's eyes were fixed on the dance at the shrine grounds today. This was the ultimate blind spot. I see. I didn't know you had lockpicking skills, Tomitaki-san. Stop it. I don't want to be doing this, okay? Lockpicking in and of itself isn't overly difficult. Sorry for taking you along with me, but this was all thanks to you, Jiro-san. I really am grateful. Sheesh. This is the only time, understand, Takano-san? I don't want to be sneaking into places like this. You really are a good person, Jiro-san. Kirklink. Tomitaki-san undid the padlock and placed it to the side. It's open. Thank you. At long last. Takano-san gulped, with an unusually excited air about her. She gave the heavy door a shove. The sharp smell of mold and dust flowed out from the gap in the doors. I had claimed in this situation I could believe in them. If we went into such a holy place with our shoes on, it feels like we could be punished somehow. How about it? Your accomplices too? You came all the way here, so why not come in and take the tour? It'll be a little field trip to a museum of precious cultural artifacts that conceal the secret history of Hinamizawa. And it's only open today. We're not accomplices or anything. Aren't you interested, though? Come on, let's take a peek, Shion said, predictably, linking her arm with mine. But we definitely shouldn't be doing this. This is a holy warehouse, isn't it? You said ritual implements, right? I really feel like we shouldn't go in. I'm a part of the Sonozaki family, so I have a good guess as to what we'll find in there. But I want you to see it too, Kei-chan. You want to show something to me? I thought it was just a ploy, but Shion's eyes looked entirely serious. Of course, she was the sort who could lie with a straight face. Of course, I was an average boy too. My curiosity was at least twice that of a normal person. Sleeping, forbidden treasures, never to leave this warehouse. Chances like this don't come around too often. If I had to choose, then I want to see. Until the locked door is open, though. I don't know about this. If you're not interested, Kei-chan, then you can leave now. I think you'll wonder about it later, though. Tomitaki-san spoke after listening to our discussion, himself having sat down on the stairs to take a short rest. I'll keep watch here. Go in and check it out with him. I'm not too interested. But it might be pretty interesting for a young guy like you, Keiichi-kun. He said, laughing mischievously. There was no ill will in his laughter. Tomitaki-san, do you know what's in there? Kind of. Takano-san told me about it. Must be a pain to have to go along with your companion's unique hobbies, huh? Tomitaki-san didn't catch that, only responding with a pained smile. Takano-san had this kind of scary air about her, like she'd drop absolutely everything else for something she had an interest in and go straight for it, but Tomitaki-san, on the other hand, seemed like the gold standard of what a normal person should be. Having him tell me so frankly to go check it out suddenly made the guilt feel lighter. Okay, just a little. If it's not interesting, I'm leaving. You got it. Shion gave me another Mion-like wink. Looks like we're decided. Shall we go inside? Jiro-san, we'll leave this to you. Tomitaki-san waved his hands to see us off. The inside was pitch black, but Takano-san turned on the battery-powered lantern she'd brought, revealing a pretty cramped front room. It's so dark in here. Everyone, take care not to trip over anything. I appreciate the concern. Okay, doorman, keep a good watch. We're shutting the door now. Takano-san smiled spitefully as if leaving Tomitaki-san out of something fun, and began to close the door. Alright everyone, have fun. There was a low, heavy, and loud noise, and we were completely cut off from the outside world, and covered in silent darkness. Takano-san's lantern was the only light we had. Half a mind to call it right now. It'll be fine. It's an outdoor lantern with backup batteries inside. It won't go out or anything. Looks like Takano noticed my uneasy expression. I couldn't help but blush a little and avert my gaze. Deeper inside, there was a heavy and old but sturdy door with solemn decorations on it. Yeah. It was the last door sealing away what was within. Strange how it has an antechamber, even though it's just a warehouse, isn't it? I believe it's set up this way so that you open one door at a time, never letting room with all the tools be seen from the outside. Takano-san explained this, awfully impressed by the construction. But still, it's really dark in here. That, over there, it's... I spotted a circuit breaker hanging from a clump of wiring, clumsily attached to the wall. Oh, here, isn't this a light switch or something? I flipped the biggest switch I can find, and with a click, the pitch-black room was illuminated by an old, bare light bulb. Everyone scrunched up their faces at the sudden strobe-like brightness. Don't! Before she even finished, she unslapped my hand and flipped the switch back. There was another loud clunk, and the room returned to darkness. It was only a lantern for illumination. Ow. You can't, Kei-chan. We snuck in here, remember? If you turn on the light, it might give us away. I'm scolded by Shion fairly harshly. It looked like she was worried about whether someone had seen them from the momentary light. It's alright. It was only for a moment. Takano-san remained a relaxed adult. Seemed like she was confident she could talk her way out of it if someone did see us. Let's go in. Here we go. There. The even heavier door opened. And this time it wasn't just the dust that came out with the air. There was also a nasty smell. One smell was like opening a dust-filled cupboard in the back of a kitchen that hadn't been opened in years. And the other smell, the nasty one, was hard to explain. But it was like the raw odor of a fish market. From how the sound echoed, the room felt far larger than the first. Takano-san held up her lantern and revealed the contents of the expansive room. At the back wall of the storehouse right in front of us was a Buddha-like holy object standing there, looking down at us. I was taken aback by its unseen force, lit up by the slender beam of the lantern. That's the guardian god of Hinamizawa. Oh yeah, Shiro-sama. This is a very unusual room. And my internet is crippling right now. So I'm going to call it. Thank you guys. Yeah, this is not going to be. Yeah, my internet is just failing now. So I'm going to call it and try and figure out a way to improve it for next time. Thank you guys for hanging around. And it's fun getting back into this, but it's not fun having the same old issues again and again. Anyway, we'll figure out what the hell is going on in here next time, maybe. And we'll see ya. So, take care, everybody.